Hey guys, it's Joy here with Real Progress in Action. I am going to wait till I see some more viewers tune in. This is quite an impromptu show, so um, I didn't give much notice. um, had a bit of an interesting day, so wanted to touch on that a bit. Yeah, I drink girly drinks. That's savage. All right, looks like we got 10 people in. Um, so I guess I'll get started. One of the reasons, hey guys, I see you guys, Old Gringo, John, Faint Signals from Vega. Thanks for joining, guys. Um, hey Austin. So I had a really bananas thing happen today. I went to a caucus, which is a mock caucus, and um, essentially, like you guys, most of you guys know, I just volunteered 5 weeks in Iowa. So I lived a caucus. I was there. I went through it. Um, so I was like, I might get PTSD going in there, but whatever. So I took the train to a town called Lancaster in PA, and they did a mock caucus for an organization called Lancaster Stands Up, and it's an organization which essentially tries to get grassroots meetings and events, things like that. So they were doing a mock caucus because they wanted to be the first step in their endorsement period. Now, most of the employees there are Bernie delegates. Bernie has the more support of the actual employees. But I guess to be transparent, they figured, let's do a mock caucus and then later we'll send out emails to do a vote. So in any case, I'm like, whatever. I'll go up there with my girlfriend who, I do a lot of Bernie stuff with, and I'll go up there and I'll sit in Bernie section and let's rock this. Let's go. So I go up and we get there and there are so many older people that I was like, oh fuck, Biden won. Biden won. Like we're fucked. Um, and it was really interesting because the you needed, it depends how I'm not sure how knowledgeable you guys are about the caucus system, but you have to get viability. And in this case, because of X amount of people being there, our viability was 8. So each candidate had to have at least 8 supporters there, or they got, they weren't viable and they had to either leave or choose someone else. So I was chosen as the caucus chair. So my job was to, just kind of get everyone rallied together and, count the numbers, and also to go to non-viable groups and try to convince them to come join, um, Team Bernie. Hey, you didn't get, the 8 people in your group. Here's why you should come to us. Now, before I go deeper, the funny thing is there were only 2 viable groups. Joe Biden had no supporters, not one, even though there was a guy coming up to get signatures for delegates for Biden afterwards. So he like literally didn't vote for the guy he's going to the convention for, which is really weird. So anyway, but Joe Biden had none. Amy Klobuchar had none, even though a woman jumped in at the end and said, well, I'm undecided, but I want to speak for Amy because, she's a woman, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. And then there was none for Bloomberg, thankfully, because I wouldn't have kept my mouth shut. There were none for Steyer, which is good because his man crush for Bernie is over. He came out with an ad just completely bashing us. And there were 2 for Tulsi, which I got to come to Bernie like that. That wasn't, that was a no-brainer. I just went over to them and said, hey, chances are she'd be in our cabinet. Boom. Okay, they come over. So at that point, I had a bunch of undecideds. That's where I decided to go. I was like, I'm not going to go to Pete because his people are not going to come to us at all. And I'm frankly not going to sit there trying to talk to them because, just no. And, Amy people seem to be very, I want a woman. So I was like, I'm not going to go there. So I just went to the undecided people. So I'm going over to the undecided people before I even get, I'd say maybe 3 feet within their section. I have this guy walking towards me, and he's maybe a white dude in his 60s, maybe, just like an average dude, just, beard, white hair. And he comes up to me and he goes, so you're a Bernie? And I said, yeah, what's the most important issue to you? And he goes, beating Trump. And I said, well, I can understand that. I said, Bernie actually beats Trump by over 10% in every single poll coming out. It was at this point when he proceeded to grab my arm and say, no, he doesn't. Stop lying to me. I watch the news all the time. I look at all the polls. Everyone's beating Trump. Everyone. And I said, sir, that's actually not accurate. You can look at my Twitter right now. I've been posting, for days. I've been posting that he's the only one out of the margin of error, which is 4%. Literally, he is the only one beating Trump. And he's like, stop lying, stop lying. And he's like yelling at me. And I'm just, at this point, I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck is going on? And then, then he's like, you need to tell me right now that you're going to vote blue no matter who, or you and those Bernie bros can, F it, that kind of thing. And I was like, no, first of all, we're not doing this. I don't do vote shaming. I'm not doing this, I said, I'm trying to focus on the primaries. I'm trying to get him elected. I'm not worried about November. That's not even in, that's not even in the forefront of my mind right now. I'm trying to make him the candidate so I don't have to pick who to vote for, all this shit, like what to do. I want Bernie to be the candidate. That's what I'm trying to achieve. He then proceeds to grab my arm again, but even harder. And he says, you Bernie or bust people are the reason we have Trump. And at this point, he's literally up in my face, like right here. And I see pure red in his eyes. Like I see hate. And I absolutely thought he was going to hit me. Without question. I was like, he's definitely going to hit me. There was so much rage in him. And it happened to me. It wasn't, I guess it was against Berners as a whole. And it, of course I was shaken up because I was just like, I don't understand. Like, there were a million things I could have said, but I was so taken back in that moment that none of it came to me. And, then, and I just kept thinking about, my God, this is a product of the MSM. This right here, this dude hates me this much because he's watching the MSM and he's hearing Bernie bro this, Bernie bro that, and he can't do math and thinks that, people who voted third party or like myself wrote Bernie in, which he did not know, that's why we have Trump, other than their piece of shit candidate who couldn't beat the most, hated man alive. It's just it. I thought of all these things afterwards but I I just couldn't believe he put his fucking hands on me. Like, first of all, you don't do that to someone you don't know. Second of all, as a man, you don't do that to a woman, because that I just fucking froze. I just froze. I was like, please don't touch me. And I'm thinking, you know what? Like, what if I was someone who had like PTSD or something? Like, you can't just do that to someone. And then I'm thinking, why are you talking about Trump so much? Look at the way you're behaving. You're behaving just like him. And the fact that I was being threatened, say you're going to vote blue no matter who, regardless, or I'm done talking to you and I won't even consider Bernie. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing that game. Like, I'm not. It just blew my mind. I'm thinking, I literally just volunteered in Iowa for 5 weeks, and I was knocking doors on people's property, and nobody behaved like that to me. I've been an activist for 5 years, organizing rallies, marches, protests. I've had Trump people protesting my events who have not behaved like that. It just blew my mind. And then, in case you're wondering, he went to Buttigieg. So, oh yeah, Bernie bros, all this shit. Yeah, well, you know what? I personally don't know a Bernie bro who behaved like that. If there are, I don't know. There's millions of us, but I'm just still kind of like blown away by this. And, the first thing I thought of when I walked away is, oh my God, I'm nobody. And I'm just here in Lancaster at some church in some room. And what about someone like Nina? And that's what started upsetting me, because I was thinking, oh my God, what if people do this to her or Jane or Bree or, people like that? It started getting to me so bad. Like, I'm just, I'm nobody. I'm just someone going to Lancaster. So it's bananas. Like, like, it is so crazy that I was even put in that situation. And it is also very upsetting that in a room of like literally a fucking 100 people at least, like everyone just watched. Like, really? Nobody's gonna be like, get your fucking hands off of her. You shouldn't touch her. You don't know her. And it's funny because I'm very amorous. I will literally hug anyone. Like, when I would knock doors, if someone would say they were for Bertie, I'd be like, ah, and just hug them. That's how I am. But like, when you go up and you're just like, and like grab onto my arm, I was just like, whoa. And then people were like, I saw him getting in your face and yelling at you. And I'm like, well, then why the fuck didn't you say anything? Like, where the hell were you guys? It's bananas. Like, who does that? Who the fuck does that? If I saw someone getting physical with someone, I mean, I shouldn't say that because he didn't, like, get physical with me. But, like, if I saw that happening, I don't care who they were there to vote for. I'd be like, you need to fucking step back. That's bullshit. Mr. K, the first person I told about this, that's exactly what they said. They said, was he a Biden supporter? Because dude knows no, like, boundaries at all. So yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Okay, it's a frou-frou drink, but it tastes good. But yeah, so that was a new experience. But yeah, I mean, if you're that unhinged, I'm not really sure what you're doing there. And then he was going off about, he was an undecided, and he said it was bullcrap that like they didn't get to stand up and speak. And I'm like, why? Because, you know, like say Bernie's rep got to speak, and you know, Pete's rep got to speak. It was so funny though, because what was the point of the caucus in PA? So essentially there's a group called Lancaster Stands Up, and to be transparent, what they wanted to do was do a caucus for the first round of endorsement. So they did a caucus, and this will be the first part. Then the second part will be they're sending out the emails to the members, and we will then vote from that point. They wanted to be democratic. They wanted to be, you know, transparent. However, the employees are Bernie delegates, not just supporters, but delegates. So if they don't pick Bernie, so, but anyways, so it's one of the things that was, if you watch, I did actually film the speeches of why you should vote for so-and-so. And oh my God. First of all, the Buttigieg girl said he supports single payer. Now, you all know that is a damn lie. He does not support single. Okay, if you want people to join you, you need to be honest. Stop. Like, seriously, stop. There's one person there who supports single payer, and it ain't Elizabeth Warren either. So that, I was just like, but you know, they laid out the rules, and it was like, you know, clap for everyone regardless, blah blah blah. And I was just like sitting there like, oh my fucking God. Like, I'm proud of myself. I'm really fucking proud of myself that I kept to myself. I wanted really bad to be like, bullshit. Because no, she doesn't. Jay, Tulsi does not support single payer. No, she does not. Woohoo! Thank you, Nick. Yeah. Woohoo! So it was bananas. Oh, okay. You're joking. I was gonna say, Jay. No, she does not. Well, so anyway, so the speeches, the woman who was giving a speech for Warren, white woman, of course, and she goes, Liz has always been there for us. Always. She's been there every time. And all I could think was, because you're not Native American. Ask the people at DAPL if she was there for them. Like, no, dude, no. I was just like, holy shit. Bernie's speech was the best. You know why? Because she was the only person who put emotion into her speech. Everyone was like, we need a woman. And, you know, Pete's new and he's only 39. And who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about identity politics? Do you see Bernie saying, I'm going to be the first Jewish president? Because that's an afterthought. If you have, you know, if you actually have principles and you have a platform and you have, you know, actual ideas behind you, you do not need to resort to, I'm a woman, and, you know, you don't have to go that route. You don't. And so it was just, I was proud of the woman who did the Bernie speech, because I thought she did a great job. She actually got emotional. And even though the woman who came up for Klobuchar afterwards, she's like, this is a tough act to follow. And I was like, well, yeah, it's Klobuchar, but it was interesting watching the speeches, that's for sure. I am definitely glad that there wasn't a Bloomberg guy, because I would have been like, Hell no. Oh my fucking God. Like, it was hard enough as it was. So anyway, so it gets to the point where we're supposed to, start convincing people to come to our candidate. And so I'm standing with the two Tulsi guys, and, we're talking about everything because they're like, they loathe Buttigieg and everyone else we do. So we're talking, and um, it, here comes the Buttigieg girl, and she comes over and she brought this stand up of Pete. It was so creepy. It was staring at me. It was freaking me out. I was like, stop staring at me. Like, it was one of those things where you move and it's like, it just keeps staring at you. But it was a full cardboard cutout. And so, she goes over to the Tulsi people and she's like, well, he was in the military too. And I was like, okay, well, how do you feel about I just interjected because I was like, no, we're trying to get there. I knew they weren't going to go to him, but I was still like, we're kind of competing for these guys, so I'm going to keep it real. I was like, how do you feel that all these articles are coming out stating that he is, stating that he was in combat zone, and veterans are actually forming an alliance against him because they said that he did office work the entire time he was overseas. And she goes, well, the thing is that there's different kinds of military service, but that means you're still a veteran and you're still in the service. And I was like, yeah, I get that. Here's the problem though. He said he was in combat. That's the problem. If he would have said, yes, I was, I went overseas to Afghanistan, whatever. Okay, cool. You were in the service. But if you say I was in combat and then you weren't, you are a liar. And that's why service members are standing up against him. And, she just, and I said, and also, why did you say he's for universal health care? And she goes, have a nice day. And she just turned around and walked away. And I'm thinking, is that really how you're going to represent your candidate when you're confronted about, something your candidate said or did, and you're just going to go, have a nice day, and walk away? That's not convincing. Why are you voting for him? Tell me. And then she was saying she was a huge Bernie supporter in 2016. Nobody is going to vote for Bernie in 2016 and Pete now. That's a bunch of bullshit because you are establishment as hell. Pete loves Hillary. They meet, they talk. Like, Pete was a super delegate for Hillary. No, you're not going to be pro Bernie when our number one issue is money out of politics. And then she was saying in her speech that Pete cares about costs of college. And I was just thinking, he's not making it tuition free. What does he care about that? Is he doing student loan debt forgiveness? No. Like, everything you're saying is just not selling it because there's someone else doing a million times more. So yeah, it was funny the way she just goes, all right, have a nice day, turned around, walked away. And me and the two Tulsi guys were just like, I tried, like, fight me, tell me why he's better, let's have a discussion. I know I'm gonna win, but tell me, let's talk. But she wouldn't even try. I mean, are you gonna go door to door with that? Or are you gonna be like, okay, thank you, and just leave? I mean, if so, good, because you won't be getting votes. Because reasons, Jenna. Because reasons. Oh my God. Pete was in the Stop Bernie meetings. Oh, God. I'm gonna see that freaking cardboard cutout in my sleep, and it was just the creepiest thing ever. I tried so hard to go up next to it and be like, but like somebody was always around, not looking, like not with it, but just like around it. And I was like, if I take a picture like that, and it's gonna come back to bite me, but um yeah, I heard about the stop sign meetings as well. Um, there, I am, and let me know what you guys think, because I know you will. You always do. I am actually, I'm starting to fear Bloomberg quite a bit. I'm not. Jenna, no! I wouldn't subject you to that. I'll like come sleep over your house again and just be like with the cardboard cutout, and you'll wake up and be like, ah! Yeah, so I mean, yeah, Sherry Bustos is garbage. I mean, she's garbage. So Bloomberg is freaking me out because, yeah, polls are crap a lot of the time. I get it. But it is worrying me that he got like over 400 write ins in New Hampshire. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? Seriously, over 400 write ins. And it's like, weren't some of you guys the ones that, have bullied me for writing Bernie in? But okay, whatever. I did see the chairman of the Iowa Democrats resign. I mean, he needs to be arrested, though. To me, that's not good enough. As someone who was in Iowa and, went through all that shit, yeah, not good enough. So Bloomberg's freaking me out. He is so much like Trump that why anyone who votes for Bloomberg can't say they don't support Trump. They are so much alike. And I was calling him Millery because he is a male Hillary. Bloomberg, this is. They both love what the hell's his name? The one on death's door. He's psycho. He's Kissinger. They both love Kissinger. They're both friends with Epstein. They've both been friends with Trump for decades. They're both racist. They're both from New York. You name it. And then what does Mike do? He comes out and says he's considering Hillary for VP. Well, shocker. She was not going to sit out this race. I mean, she hasn't been. She's been attacking Bernie like every day, and it's like, I know it's gotta hurt that like you lost to Trump and the man who you went against is number one right now. That's gotta hurt. Tough shit. Because he earned it. You didn't. But yeah, it's freaking Bloomberg is so disgusting. Like, it's just like how people talk about Trump and his like, sexual harassment claims and stuff, but then they think Hillary's the greatest thing, even though she's married to a rapist. I'm seeing the same shit with Bloomberg. He literally was a Republican until last month, but at the same time, it's like, Bernie isn't a Democrat. Okay, well, Bloomberg's been a Republican, served as a Republican. Freaking Liz Warren was a Republican 2/3 of her life. But yet Bernie's not a Democrat. Okay, good. Neither am I. Neither are 43% of the entire freaking United States. Good. Who cares? I mean, at this point, anyone who says that they're a Dem better be calling them out on shit. Because if you say you're a Dem and all you do is complain about Republicans, then you shouldn't be proud of who you're standing with, because the Dems are the ones who took our money, who betrayed us, who rigged the race against us, Republicans didn't do shit to us personally. I've never given them money. I've never voted for them. They didn't betray me. I knew they were shit. I mean, they mean nothing to me. I focus on the Dems because they're the ones who betrayed us. They're the ones who are betraying us. They're the ones who are going against we the people and trying to stop Bernie. They're the ones who make it very clear that they are doing anything and everything in their power to, quell our voices and to take our votes. And all people want to do is Russia, Russia, Russia. Okay, but then you're a hypocrite because this shit's going on right in front of your face because they have D's next to their name. I guess it doesn't matter. So, I mean, here's so Yang Gang, I mean, here's the thing about Yang Gang. When I was in Iowa and I was trying to, convince them to come to Bernie because, of course, they weren't viable in my location or any location at that. So I said to them, Yang voted for Bernie in 2016. He really loves him. He says he's one of his heroes. He says, he supports that he supports you guys if you go to him in the second round. Like Yang was literally saying that. I suspect most of my people will go to Bernie, and I'm okay with that. So I'm telling them this. They're like, yeah, we'll go to Bernie. Then the time comes to realign. Fuck this, Yang or bust, they leave. Okay, you're salty. Did you really think he was going to be viable? We had 108 people for viability. You have 9. Why are you surprised? Why are you salty? So the fact that there's so many Yang or bust, I believe it. I mean, it's frustrating, but at the same time, I'm not going to voter shame because I hate when people do it to me. So if you want to write him in, go for it. But I don't understand because he straight up said he's voting for Bernie. And he understands if, he supports his people going to Bernie. So, I mean, whatever. But, I registered Dem so I could vote for Bernie too. And I feel dirty as hell. So the other thing about Yang people that was infuriating, I know me, Steve, and a bunch of people, on our channel, who work behind the scenes, it was very infuriating because there's this guy, Scott Santens or Satnins or something. I think it's Santens. He is a UBI sycophant who completely trashes not just our organization, but also Bernie, our movement, everything that we love and stand for. He bashes like crazy. And, he's just a gross person. He really is. And Yang Gang took it upon themselves to 2 days ago to start saying that Stephanie Kelton should be replaced by Scott Santens. Now, here's the thing with that. Stephanie Kelton was Bernie's economic advisor in 2016. She's taught at the Sanders Institute for, 5 years? And now she's his economic advisor again. So you literally are saying that Bernie needs to ditch his friend who he trusts, admires, and has worked with for years for someone who bashes the federal job guarantee, which is on Bernie's platform. And because there are like a few thousand of you who think that we should cater to you now. That's what you're saying. They're saying that we need to reach out to Bernie and tell him he needs to add UBI to his platform and stuff. Look, you guys can be pissed your dude dropped out. So be it. Be pissed. I get it. You're hurt. You're upset. I get it. I would be too. I understand. But don't come to us and make demands that we need to change our platform and change our, who we hire and all this. No, no. Run your own damn candidate then. Like, no, absolutely not. We're not going to change shit so we can, please the few of you who said then they'll join. You didn't even know what UBI was before you found out who Yang is, so stop. We've had our movement for years. Bernie has said this shit for years, for decades. I mean, they're so uneducated and they don't want to learn. So the fact that you can just literally come in and be like, you need to, let this person go and replace, like, first of all, I know I've met Bernie like at least 10 times, but who the hell do you think I am that you're coming at me telling me I need to let Bernie know? What do you think? I have him on freaking speed dial? You think I'm just going to call and be like, hey, Bernie, guess what? Yang people are demanding that you get rid of Stephanie Kelton, even though she's very loved and very respected, and you've worked with her for years. You should hire this douche who completely trashes us all the time, who bashes a federal job guarantee, which is on your platform. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? That's literally what they want. I mean, the thing is, UBI is one thing when it goes with an FJG. The problem is UBI does literally nothing for racial inequality, sexism in the workplace, women's inequality. It does nothing with, actually ending the system, which is creating all the austerity. It does nothing. It's simply, here, take $1,000. All your problems are fixed. Do it. Great. Awesome. Shut up. Go fuck you. See you later. And that's the gist of it. When you have seen UBI in other countries, it has failed. And one of the reasons is because it takes other social programs and it cuts them. So you need LIHEAP because you can't afford heat. Sorry. You need food stamps. Sorry. Disability, Social Security, all that. Sorry. This is why Republicans love UBI, because what they can also do is they can say, you don't need Medicare for all. You're getting $1,000 a month. Use that. Fuck you. We're not doing anything for you. Just deal with it. But they don't want to hear that. They don't want to listen to that. The majority of the mass majority of Yang people I've spoken with are in their late teens, early 20s. And to them, they're living at home and they're thinking, oh, $1,000 a month. Oh my God, that's incredible. But what they're not thinking about, because they haven't lived a full life yet, what they're not thinking about is the fact that if they pay rent, these landlords are going to say, you're getting $1,000 extra a month. Your rent's going up $500. They will do that, and they have the right to do that. And that's what's scary. So you think you're going to keep getting raises and stuff? No, they're going to say you're getting $1,000 a month for free. We don't have to keep helping you with things. We don't have to. You have the means. And you're so naive if you don't realize that will happen. No meteor protection with UBI. That is so true. Yeah, see, I don't know, because Yang started out with like 40 policies, which was absurd because he has literally never served a day in office in his entire life. So, but now he has like over 150 policies on there, which he's just pulling shit out of his ass at this point because he's talking about circumcision and stuff. So, I don't know. He's just putting anything and everything on there. And it was always, well, he has all these, but all you ever hear about is freedom dividend. That's it. And the thing about the federal job guarantee is, these people, they say, well, automation's taking the jobs. Yes, that is true to some extent, but that's the beauty of the federal job guarantee, because it says that if your job goes away because of whatever reason, including the robots are taking over, you have another one lined up for you. That is the point. Forget that, just forget the fact that they think it's only certain kind of jobs. That's also frustrating. They're like, I don't want to do construction. Where are you getting this? And even Tulsi has said this. Tulsi has said, I don't like a federal job guarantee because it chains you to a job and it chains you to a workplace. People think it's this like contract that like you are indebted to this job forever. And if you don't like it, you have to stay anyway. That's not at all what it is. It's that when you lose your job, don't worry about unemployment. Don't worry about making yourself sick trying to find another one. A federal job guarantee will give you a new job, period. Also, as far as like people getting out of prison, a federal job guarantee would give them the ability to have a fresh start immediately. They wouldn't have to, try and fight to, oh my God, I have to check the box, and it would help so many people. I mean, as someone who just got laid off, it is so depressing and so just, oh my God, it is so disheartening, and you lose sleep, you just cry all the time. It's so demoralizing to lose your job and be like, what the hell am I doing with my life? I lost my job. How can I pay the bills? Things like that. And, with a federal job guarantee, I wouldn't have that. I'd be like, okay, cool. This sucks. It's exhausting. It really blows. But you know what? I'm going to have something else lined up. If you really care about the economy and you really care about robots taking jobs, to me, it makes way more sense for an FJG. But I actually think so. I mean, I don't care about the easy way out, $1,000. They're not even open to both. So, like, if you say to them, oh, well, a lot of times they can go hand in hand. No, we don't want a federal job guarantee. No. And Yang didn't even support raising to the $15 minimum wage because he said, well, federal job or a freedom dividend, that doesn't matter. Why can't you have both? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. He's like, we don't need Medicare for all because freedom dividend. We don't need higher minimum wage, freedom dividend. We don't need free college, freedom dividend. Just stop using it as a be all end all. All problems are solved. Like, and that's what these people want. They want this one thing that's just going to fix everything. So if they want to do Yang or bust, let them. I mean, so be it. They said that a lot of roses are giving them shit. I don't really care. Let them do whatever they want. I mean, when I get voter shamed, I get livid. So they can do whatever, but I mean, I don't understand why their dude is literally saying he's going to support Bernie. So I've actually been collecting screenshots of Yang bangers who are saying that it is our fault and Bernie's fault that he dropped out specifically. Apparently, some feel that we should have left Bernie and joined Yang. And that's why he dropped, because we refused to support him. And then others feel that Bernie should have dropped to ask Yang to be his VP. This all makes a lot of sense, considering Bernie's been in politics for 4 years. Yang's never held a single day in office. So Bernie already has a coalition of over 1 million volunteers and so have you. So yes, he should drop out for someone who gets like 10,000 votes total. Absolutely not even that. But yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Tulsi people have said it too. Bernie should take a step back, drop out, and endorse Tulsi. Literally, she cannot win. Literally. So how about not? How about, if you want to vote for who you want to vote for, cool, but don't make really stupid demands on other movements. So yeah, I mean, I was surprised when Yang dropped out, because he's an attention whore, and he loves the camera. So I was kind of, I don't know, I was kind of like, I thought for sure he'd be until the convention just because he loves the attention. But I do think that Tulsi will stay into the convention, as she's been saying she will. Not sure why. I don't see the point, but a lot of them have become Tulsi or bust anyway. So, I mean, it is what it is. They can all do whatever they want, but I mean, at this point, I feel like if she really is not running against us, then maybe she should join us. But she has the right to run, so if she go for it. But it looks like most of you are pretty strong Berners, which I appreciate. So we have on Wednesday, we have another debate, and Bloomberg's gonna be there. Yay! Bernie better go hard. I'm telling you right now, Bernie, you better fucking go hard. You better. Because, Tears. Bernie really needs to say, listen, Bloomberg, and just go at him and be like, stop and frisk. People committed suicide. People have PTSD. That's what I wanted to say. So Bill de Blasio, who a lot of us actually thought liked Bernie, which is interesting. In the debates, it seemed like, de Blasio was feeling Bernie, like he really liked him, and he would make posts about like how good, how good Bernie's jump shots are and stuff. So he did endorse us, which is amazing, because not just because we love endorsements, but because literally like every freaking mayor across the country is endorsing Bloomberg. Like, it's literally every freaking, like, every town is just Mayor so-and-so for Bloomberg, Mayor so-and-so. Yeah, de Blasio is going to Nevada for us, for Bernie's campaign. He'll be doing 2 events. That's the thing. De Blasio was like the biggest FU to Bloomberg, because not only is he a mayor, he's a mayor in his town. Yes. And de Blasio does not hold back. He's like, I've been working for 6 years to try and get fixed what Bloomberg has fucked up. So this is awesome. This is really awesome. I could tell de Blasio liked Bernie. I really could. And I said he was going to endorse him, but he dropped out in September. So I just kind of dropped it because I kind of forgot about him. And I thought, well, you would have done it already. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about de Blasio because he's gonna go at Bloomberg and it will be amazing. Oh, good point, Tony. CNN Town Hall, 8 p.m. Tuesday. And then we have Wednesday is the debate with Bloomberg, one of your favorites, my buddy, Pat Coate, who is also Peter Douche / Pat the Berners / Nate's Liver. He will be joining me after the debate so we can discuss, and argue about what we liked and didn't like. And that's always a fun time. Tony, I really hope Bloomberg doesn't debate, but I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, Steyer started going at Bernie. He had a man crush. I don't understand that. And all of a sudden he's just like going at him. God, I hope Bloomberg doesn't go there, but here's the thing. It's like Bloomberg literally didn't even register for the first 4 states, which are arguably the most important. He didn't even register for those. So let's keep it real. Does he really want to win? No. He wants to A, stop Bernie, and B, buy his way into the election. Don't complain about Trump and then be okay with that, because that's bullshit. So, no, there's not. Jen, are you serious? No, there isn't. Bloomberg does want to win, but he wants to win by his money. Dude, he's so ignorant, though, because, yeah, Bloomberg is considering Hillary as VP, and you know what? She'd take it in a heartbeat. And you know what? She'd take it in a heartbeat. And I totally will. So I don't do the high hopes, but what I do is my friend slept over last weekend, and she and I didn't even drink, but we just get like I'm 40 and she's like 35, but when we have slumber parties at like 3 a.m, we just get so silly. And she's like a singer and a dancer like I am, and we'll just make up songs. So we did you can see it on my TikTok and on Facebook and Twitter. We made up a song that goes, she had a popcorn bucket on top of her head, so it said corn pop. And we did it's just a 15-second. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Bad dude. Yeah, bad dude. Corn Pop was a bad dude. Look fat, no malarkey. No, vote for Bernie. Vote for Bernie. Look fat, no malarkey. Vote for Bernie. Vote for Bernie. Corn Pop was a bad dude. So yeah, that's what we do when we're tired and silly. We had just watched Idiocracy, so we were like really like, oh my god, we need to de-stress because this is too freaking real. But yeah, I will legit like do listen, dog face pony soldier. Listen. Oh my god, I can't. You guys kill me. Oh my god. Yeah, it's gonna be this. I say it all the time, but it really is. Oh my god, Tay, right? I freaking said that this morning. Bloomberg would probably resign if he became president just so Hillary could become president. I freaking swear I said the same thing. I swear. I am not kidding you, because you know what? If anyone thinks she is going to let another woman become the first president, vice president, whatever, not going to happen. She wants that. She feels it's hers. She feels it's her turn. She earned it. Hell no. Oh my God, I totally agree. I could totally see her do that. Yes, I know Gregory. I was thinking the same thing. He would get suicided. Burn and turn. Burn and turn 2020. Well, that's the thing. And then, like, you know, Sean King and I have become pretty close. Sean King and I have become pretty close. But he, you know, we message and stuff. And, you know, people are giving him shit because he said, I won't vote for Bloomberg. You know, you got to say vote blue no matter who, if you've got over 1 million followers, like, or you're just trash. So, you know, he said he won't vote for Bloomberg. And, like, he's Trump, so who the hell cares? And he's making the point, like, if you elect him, you are electing Trump. Like, people need to keep it real and say, I will not vote for Bloomberg, because then if the DNC really does care, which they don't, if they did care, they would say, let's not run him because he can't win. But they don't care. You're right, he's not blue. But yeah, people are coming down on Sean bad and everyone else who said, I won't vote for him. And it's really interesting to see Dems find that one person who they're saying is too far. You know, for a lot of us, Hillary was too far. But Bloomberg is apparently that. And then I still think they would, to be quite honest. Oh my God. Bloomberg is an inch away from being able to ride roller coasters. You know what? That's true. That is true. He's a short dude. And someone was saying there's never been a short president. I was like, well, that's, you know, that's reaffirming there. Oh my God, you guys are the best. So anyway, that was my rant about today. And thank you guys so much for watching. So if I don't actually, he's 5'4", which is taller than me, but yeah, Bernie's tall as hell. No heightism. I promise. No heightism. I'm 5'2". And I literally I got in an Uber today, and it was a Jeep, and I don't know why I'm sharing this, but I literally had to grab on the handle in the Jeep and go, like hurl myself into the back seat, like on my knees to even get in it, because it was like so, it was like freaking, like it was like higher than my waist. I'm like, how the hell am I getting up in here? Yeah, it must have been a really pretty sight. I am taller than you, Mama. You make me feel tall. You know what, app lover? I said the same thing yesterday on Twitter. I said, you guys freak out so bad that, you know, Bernie's not a Democrat. But at the same time, if he would have ran third party as an indie, you would have flipped your shit saying he, you know, split the vote. And people are like, he's splitting the Dems. And I'm like, actually not. He's bringing more people to the Dems, because we would never go unless we had to vote for him. So no, he's actually bringing people to the party. There's just people you don't want. That's the thing. Touche, Sydney. Touche. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back probably before Tuesday, but I'll definitely come back Tuesday night after Bernie's town hall, so we can, talk about all the good things, that happen. Well, I'm gonna watch them all because, I'm a glutton for punishment, and I always do. But so yeah, I'll watch them all, and then so you guys don't have to. So I will keep you guys updated with further times and everything like that. I see a few donations. Thank you guys so much. We just became 501c4, which we've been trying to do for like 4 years. So it's a really big deal. And we also just endorsed Bernie as an organization, which we weren't legally allowed to do until we became a 401c4. So it is amazing. It's great to finally be able to actually say we as an organization endorse Bernie Sanders. So yeah, thank you guys so much. You're freaking amazing. I will let you guys know when the next time I go live is. So thanks again for watching, and much love.